three-point shootout title. And you can see the check for $20,000 goes to Craig Hodges. And Doug, I know you're excited. You're friends with Craig. You coached him in Chicago, and he's a great guy. And this is, you know, he's making his name on this All-Star Saturday night.
He's a wonderful person, and the thing you like about Craig is he's found a specialty, and he's taken advantage of it, and it's given him a tremendous career in the NBA. And again, I'm very happy for him. And Jimmy Les did a tremendous job. I think that we pointed out that here he was in the CBA, and he's gone out and developed a weapon, and that's what it's all about in the NBA. You find a weapon, and you can make yourself a nice living.
That's why we brought out the point about him all summer long, doing 150 to 200 every single day. And, you know, in the league this year, last year we only had 6 guys at All-Star team shooting over 40%. This year, 11 guys.
Let's go to Craig Sager and our new 3-time champion.
Well, thank you, Bob. We talked to you a couple years ago. You're out to dethrone Larry Bird. Last year, out of the shadow of Michael Jordan. Now 3 times in a row. A lot of pressure on you.
First of all, I want to thank Almighty God for this great opportunity. I'm dedicating this one to my grandfather who was at home. Papa Pete, this one was for you. I talked to you this afternoon, right on for the inspiration. Got the fellas here with me today. It's just it's a great day for me, and I thank God for it.
You wouldn't tell us the secret earlier. How about telling us now? Is it the rack? Is it the steering? What is it?
It's the main thing, I think, is to be able to get a rhythm and not let one miss rattle you. And I think near the end you saw my man Jimmy missed a couple, and I think it rattled him for that last one. And when it didn't go in, it just was a feeling of elation.
Fans all over the country, all over the world, but Jamal, Jameer, the 2 biggest fans, your 2 sons. What did you think of your dad's performance today?
Good.
Were you worried?
No. Yes, a little bit.
How come?
Yeah, because I thought I thought the other dude was going to win.
Okay.
He was getting tired.
Well, he thought the other dude was going to win, but you didn't.
Well, I just want to thank God again and all the fans in Bermuda. What's going on?
Okay, congratulations, Bob.
Craig Hodges. In addition to his 3 straight wins, Craig Hodges has finished second twice in this competition. So the new 3-point king of the NBA, no question about it, from the Shootout Championships, Craig Hodges, the slam dunk, just around the corner.
NBA All-Stars Saturday night is brought to you by Gatorade. It's all you're thirsting for. And by GMC Truck, the strength of experience.
Heading for the 3rd in the Triple Crown here, the 3rd jewel coming up, the Slam Dunk Championship, as Craig Hodges has won his 3rd consecutive long-distance shootout. Earlier tonight, the Legends game, and our player of the game was George Gervin. Just had an incredible night with 24 points, 11 rebounds. And Doug Collins, you were trying to defend him around the floor there, you know, talking to him.
It didn't do any good. I want to tell you what. George Gervin is an unbelievable scorer. I had to match up against him when I played. The guy is an incredible scorer. He's got every shot in the book. So smooth, and you know, he looks like he can still play in the game. He was tremendous.
And the East gets the win, 46-38. Our guy Doug here, by the way, hit 2 3-pointers. Craig Hodges wins his 3 in a row, and as you said, Doug, his eyes on the rim, the rhythm, the hop step, and he was just draining it.
Well, Hodges was great. I think one thing we ought to talk about is, you know, Jimmy Les played for Dick Versace at Bradley. Think about all the practice he had to do to get through the bad habits to put himself in this position to be successful.
Dick not here to defend himself, but you're right on the money. Craig Hodges, the winner. Jim Les, second. Mitch Richmond finished 3rd, and Drazen Petrovic finished 4th. You see the final standings with Del Curry, Craig Elo, John Stockton, and Jeff Hornacek, who just had a nightmare in the shooting competition tonight. A lot of new contestants, and experience really makes a difference. You're looking at the damaged, expensive right ankle of Dominique Wilkins, who had surgery recently on a ruptured Achilles tendon with the Atlanta Hawks. He was, of course, on the All-Star team and was replaced by his teammate, Kevin Willis. So he's here to enjoy the activities, but won't be in the competition. He, of course, is one of the standard bearers for the slam dunk competition, along with Larry, along with Michael Jordan and Dominique. And Magic Johnson is joining us tonight, Mike's side. And Magic, let's hear what you have, your thoughts on Craig Hodges and on Jim Les in that 3-point shootout competition.
Well, I felt that Craig Hodges' experience won that 3-point championship for him. Jim Les had him, but I thought that
his nervousness and the tiredness of going back and back and back, you know, what, 3 times in a row, kind of took him out. Because all he had to do was make, what, out of the last 10 balls, if he would have made 2 balls, he could have won. And I thought the fatigue and the fact that it was pressure on him got him the loss.
Well, Magic, you stay with us because the slam dunk is coming up in a moment.
Ooh, I'm talking about some nasty slam dunkers, too. It's going to be exciting.
Arena from the Goodyear Blimp, Spirit of Akron. The Goodyear Blimp now in the 4th decade of participation in sports broadcasting. Beautiful Central Florida, Orlando, site of NBA All-Star Saturday night for 1992. You know, last year's slam dunk competition was the year of D. Brown. Before that, it had been Magic, it had been Michael Jordan, it had been Dominique Wilkins, Larry Nance, but you could tell last year that it was the beginning of the new order. The All-Stars came out to watch the slam dunk finals, showcasing Boston's D. Brown and Seattle's Shawn Kemp. Brown pumped up his shoes and the Charlotte crowd as his innovative style backed Kemp into a corner. The Sonic Thunder had a few tricks of his own as the event was decided on the final dunk. In the end, the blindfolded master dunk proved to be the winner as the new kids on the block provided the show, and rookie D. Brown took home the title. All right, as you see, the dunkers have been warming up here. There are 7 competitors in this one, and right now let's go to Craig Sager.
Well, thank you, Bob. With me, Dominique Wilkins, who retired as the slam dunk champion. Who do you like this year?
Well, I like Stacey Ogman. You know, he's going to be the sleeper, I think. Stacey got a lot of stuff. I mean, he got some creativity. He's going to be tough.
A lot of times you have to come up with a gimmick. Have you told him to do anything special?
Oh, yeah, see, what I'm doing, I'm passing all my dunks down to Stacey. You know, I don't usually do that, but Stacey is a very good guy. He's a good friend of mine, so I'm passing them down to him now.
That's the word from Dominique. Well, not the defending champion, but a 2-time champion, Bob.
Thank you, Craig Sager. And, you know, that's a good point. You're talking about a tremendous athlete. We've seen Stacey Ogman several times this year. And depending on his creativity, he's got a shot at this. Shawn Kemp, they call him Sonic Thunder from Seattle, has got to be the favorite here. But what do you feel about it, Doug?
I'm going with Doug West. I know that's out of left field,
yeah.
but I think he's got a lot of creativity, and I think he's going to do some spectacular things tonight.
Favorite?
Well, I'm going with the smallest guy. Starks is 6'5", Kemp is 6'10". Kemp is a heavy favorite. We have a lot of young Turks here, like we said, that they're going to come in with some explosive moves. But I'm going with John Starks because he's only 6'5", and any guys that has overcome what he's overcome to get into this NBA, you have to pull for. You go to 4 different colleges. You've been in every league that there is created in the summertime. You put in your time in the CBA, and now you're doing it big for the Knicks.
A lot of young guys are in this one. We're probably going to see some exciting dunking in just a moment from Orlando. Of the Slam Dunk Championship for 1992, along with Hubie Brown, Doug Collins, and Craig Sager. This is Bob Neal at the Orlando Arena. We have 7 dunkers getting ready to perform here tonight. You see right there in the center of your picture, right across the way, are our judges. There are 5. We'll be meeting them in just a moment. But we are going to meet our competitors tonight. They're the young Turks of dunk in the NBA. And now our PA announcer, Paul Porter.
And now, here are the contestants for the Gatorade Slam Dunk Championship. First, one of the most outstanding rookie performances of the season so far. His dunking ability first gained nationwide attendance while he finished off the fast break for his powerful UNLV team from the Atlanta Hawks, Stacey Ogman. A powerful 6'6" forward scoring off the bench has helped put the Phoenix Suns into contention for first place in the Pacific Division throughout the season. Cedric Ceballos, making his 3rd appearance in the Gatorade Slam Dunk Championship. One of the most exciting young players in the league and the runner-up in last year's event from the Seattle Supersonics. Shawn Kemp, the #1 pick of the 1991 NBA Draft. He has lived up to his billing with outstanding play in his rookie season, representing the Charlotte Hornets. Larry Johnson. His dunking and three-point shooting abilities have helped make him one of the league's top 6 men this season, and he's played a key role in the New York Knicks' drive to the top of the Atlantic Division. John Starks, after 2 years as a reserve, this exciting young guard has moved into the starting lineup and become one of his team's leading scorers this season. From the Minnesota Timberwolves, Doug West. Our 7th contestant is a 6'6" swingman who has emerged as one of the most improved players in the league this season, representing the All-Star Weekend host Orlando Magic, Nick Anderson. Ladies and gentlemen, the participants in the 1992 Gatorade Slam Dunk Championship. The order of competition.
And you've met our 7 competitors tonight. You're looking at Stacey Augmon of the Atlanta Hawks, watching him in warm-ups. He's looking pretty strong. This is the order of competition determined by draw. Larry Johnson, now that I'm thinking of strong, looked pretty good himself, followed by Augmon, Sean Kemp, Doug West, then John Starks, Nick Anderson, and Cedric Ceballos of the Phoenix Suns. We've got some good dunkers here. Here are the rules. 2 dunks in the first 2 rounds, 3 dunks in the finals, and this is key. Competitors may replace a dunk per round if they miss or want to try another one. Each round scored separately. The scores don't move forward. Maximum score 50 points per dunk. There are 5 judges. Each will rate them up to a 10 in increments of tenths of points. The top 4 advance to the semis, the top 2 in the finals. So those are the rules. The Slam Dunk Championship first place prize money is the same as the shootout. That's at $20,000, a total of $42,000 in prize money. But as Dee Brown, last year's champion, would tell you, it's not simply the prize money that's so meaningful. This can make a career for a young, relatively unknown NBA player. The judges tonight know something about this. George Gervin, Bobby Jones, Calvin Murphy, Danny Roundfield, and Julius Irving, who is with Craig Sager.
Well, thank you, Bob. Those who can dribble like Isaiah Thomas, shoot like Craig Hodges are respected, but those who can dunk like Julius Irving are put on a pedestal. How do you like tonight's competition?
Well, I'll tell you, you got some strong competition. You know, the more I see this competition, the more I understand that if people can see somebody else do something, they can not only mimic it, but they can take it to the next level. And that's what these young guys continue to do. Every year, this thing is take it to the next level.
Okay, are you going to be critical tonight?
Yeah, I'm going to be hard. You know, Calvin and I, we're going to be the tough scorers. You know, Ice, Bobby, Dan, they're going to be relatively easy. So Calvin and I got to keep sanity around here. You know, we're the enforcers in this group.
Okay, back to you, Bob.
Okay, thank you, Craig Sager. There are 5 judges, and our first competitor will be Larry Johnson from the Charlotte Hornets, formerly of UNLV, a powerful dunk artist. And by going to be joined, you'll hear them on mic, with Dee Brown, the defending champion, Magic Johnson, and Isaiah Thomas. The first dunk of the night. Gentlemen, your views on that. Magic?
I thought it was nice. Hit the backboard, come up and dunk it. It was all right. What do you think?
See, he does it so quickly. He hits the backboard and takes it to the other side. You know, you can't even pick that up. I think the one thing you have to be very careful in the slam dunk, QB, is that normally the judges are not very lenient early. They're very tough, and they seem to give higher scores later. So I would save my better dunks for last.
Well, that's what we said last year. That's the best thing to do. They are being judged on athletic ability, creativity, and style.
There's the score, 44.8. Remember, 50 is a perfect score. Not a bad score for Larry Johnson on his first dunk. A lot of the competitors feel that consistency early and saving some of the big moves for advancing is the way to go. But, of course, you always take that chance. And Dee Brown, you're the defending champion as Stacey Augmon comes up here for his first one. How about it? Should they go big early?
Yeah.
All right, Stacey Augmon about to show us his first dunk. Also out of UNLV, the young rookie with the Atlanta Hawks, one of the best rookies in the NBA. Magic Johnson?
I like that. I like that because he's athletic. He's going. That's my choice, him or Sean Kemp. Those athletic guys can really do some work. He took that page out of Dominique. Put it by his tennis shoes here. Oh, yeah, come around. Oh, yeah. Look how high he jumped first. Bring it around. Yes, yes. Put that head up by the rim.
And the score of 44.7 for Stacey Augmon. You see he's sitting there by his mentor, Dominique Wilkins, two-time retired dunking champion.
You see, Bob, what happens is the judges got booed there because they thought the score should be higher, so now my man Doug West is in good position. They're going to buckle to the pressure here, and he's going to get a high score, okay? So he just, oh, this is Sean Kemp, I guess, getting ready to go right now.
Sean Kemp, they call him Sonic Thunder.
Now he can do it.
From last year.
This is power right here. You can see this is power.
He missed, but remember, they got to replace one dunk. So he'll get to try it again with no penalty.
Now, the major thing is right now, he's got to get a dunk to go down. He cannot miss another one or he's in trouble.
Now,
holding his right hand.
Last year, he missed that dunk, if you remember, when he came in second when the pressure was on. And he did. He hurt his hand that time.
I'm surprised more of them don't wear wristbands to cushion their hands when they hit against the rim. I never had that problem, but I know when I played with Julius, he always had double thick wristbands. He better, ooh. That doesn't count unless you're in the act to try to go up and dunk the ball. So Sean looks a little nervous.
Good bounce. Power jam from Sean Kemp.
Confidence, too, to be able to follow that up and finish it off.
Now, to give you an example, last year, that high lob, catching it, windmill dunk, was getting a 48 in the semifinal and finals last year.
Well, we'll see what he gets here. I say he's going to get in the mid-47s on that.
That's what I would have did if it was me, right?
Sean Kemp with a sore wrist as he missed his first dunk. He was shaking that right arm.
Take it behind my back.
He's up high. Big power jam and a good score. 47.4 is the score. Magic Johnson, how about your comments and also those of Isaiah and D. Brown there?
Well, I think that Sean Kemp, since he is the veteran, he's got to be the favorite. You know, the guy can jump so high, but right now we need some kind of dunk to wake this building up, to get this crowd going. What do you think? We need the King Kong dance. Yeah, let's go. What do you think, D?
We need something. I think everybody's too tight right now. They gotta, open it up a little bit so they get crowd on their side. That's what I tried to do last year. Open it up a little bit. Don't wait for the next person.
Yeah, we need a pop. We need something.
Yeah.
Well, he's going to open it up right here. Doug West, he's going to do something fine here.
Nice looking jam from Doug West. Drew some oohs and ahs. Fans are getting so used to seeing such incredible dunks in the competition, it's difficult to impress them.
Yeah, you really become spoiled. I mean, this guy, look what he does. He wraps the ball. He changes it to the other hand. His head is up by the rim, a 180 dunk. And it's like, ooh, okay.
And it's two hands.
Right.
And he's up there. You're right. You like the little cradle, and then as he brings it back, here's the creativity part of it all. Wow. Because he's coming at that angle from behind the backboard.
Gentlemen, after looking at that replay, 44.3. Magic, what do you think about that?
Oh, my. Wow.
Because they're used to seeing Michael Jordan, Dominique Wilkins, guys who can go high and very creative, and now they got the new breed coming in, and they're not waking this crowd up. D. Brown was saying that they need to go ahead and assert themselves instead of get the crowd on their side instead of waiting for somebody else to do it.
Well, let's see if John Starks does. Hubie, you like John Stark, the 6'5" guard from the Knicks. He missed, but he'll get another opportunity. He can replace one dunk.
You know what I've noticed? These guys are a little nervous. You can see they're in a position here. Most of these guys, first-time guys.
Absolutely.
And they're nervous.
It's a young group of guys. That's what we said, young Turks. And the other thing is he is the shortest competitor here. He's 6'5".
Baseline reverse jam from John Starks. He had to go with something relatively conservative because he certainly didn't want to have that miss. So we'll wait and see what the judges think of that.
What are you going to see? He brings it up and brings it back down. Here it is right here.
Got a little iron on the jam there. Magic, if you were scoring that, would you reduce it for the fact that he doesn't get it clean through the net here?
Well, it's going to be tough because he did draw the iron. But I'll tell you one thing.
Judges are tough.
These guys, yeah, the judges are tough because they're ex-NBA players. And the fact that John Starks is a better dunker in the game, actually in a game-type situation. I've seen him dunk on a lot of big men, and he do it really great. Now, in this competition, he's going to have a hard time because you got to be more creative, and it's going to be tough for him. But this is a man that can maybe start it off for everybody, Nick Anderson.
Nick Anderson with a big move, but he hit the bottom of the rim here.
That is Nick's first miss this round. He can't replace the dunk.
Well, all right, Isaiah, the boy, Nick is from Chicago. What's he going to do?
Turn it out.
Oh, all right, you like that?
It's Chicago.
Chicago.
Chicago is well represented in this league. The three-point shootout, Nick gonna turn it out.
Hey, what about the legend? Hey, what about the legend, Chicago?
What about the legend over there? I saw him breathing kind of hard, didn't you?
He's still sweating, man.
Well, you know what I mean.
well, what he does is he comes baseline, and you see he start in and jump out away from the hoop, come back and slam it. Very athletic move, great jump.
And a good score of 47.4. That ties it with Sean Kemp.
No question. Hometown.
So Kemp and Anderson are the first round leaders at 47.4 with Cedric Ceballos, the 7th and final dunker. Remember, the 4 best will advance. Right now, it's Kemp and Anderson, Johnson and Augman. So the number to beat is 44.7. Ceballos beats that, he would eliminate Stacey Augman.
Well, you know, this is a guy we haven't talked much about. He's a spectacular dunker in the game, too. It'll be interesting to see whether he can create here by himself without being in a game situation.
He got a strange bounce. The ball actually hit the floor and bounced to its right. And Cedric wasn't ready for it to come to that exact location. He will be able to replace this. Let's see if he can do it this time. 4 of the 7 have missed their first dunk here tonight.
Bad toss here. He's going to have to work to get this one in.
He did not get a big roar from the crowd. Let's see what kind of impression he made on the judges. The score to beat, 44.7 to advance into the 4 semifinals. Remember, they do get 2 dunks. They'll be going through this again.
It's a very conservative dunk, but I think because he missed, he just wanted to make sure he got this one in. Almost fumbled it, but was able to muscle the shot in.
The judges, I think, are consistent in the first round in the fact that they want power. They want that. You know, if you're going to do a 360, they want it clean, but they want powerful.
43.1 for Cedric Ceballos. So remember, there are 2 dunks here in the first round. So we'll go right through the list again. Tied for the lead, Sean Kemp and Nick Anderson. Then it is Larry Johnson and Stacey Augman, followed by West, Ceballos, and Starks. There are the standings after the first one.
I thought Larry Johnson had a very good first dunk. I think 44.8 was a little low for his. He went quick. He went with power. So he's going to have to really come up with something. What do you say we need? He needs. Oh, he's in all right now.
As of right now, Kemp, Anderson, Johnson, Augman are the top 4.
Now, the first time, you remember, he came up, he touched the board, and came up on the other side.
Now, does that count? Does that count or as a miss or not? Yeah, that is a miss.
So he had to replace it. This may cause him to have to go conservative.
Little strategy here now. He's thinking about what he wants to do.
He's going for it.
Oh! Oh! that woke him up.
Yeah, it sure did.
Magic Johnson.
That's right.
Well, Hubie, you called it right. They wanted power, and they got power.
They got
it. In a big way. Well, what happened is the crowd was quiet because 3 times you had the same type of dunk. Now we start off with something different. Off the glass, power!
Oh!
That's what we were looking for. Oh, another look from up high to slam Cam. Ouch! Yeah, you gotta love it.
But only a 46.9 from the judges for a total of 91.7 for Larry Johnson. The top 4 will advance out of these 7.
Well, what I see over there is you got too many forwards judging. So Larry's in trouble because you got, what, 4 forwards over there judging. No, really 3. Yeah, so they outweigh the guards.
Now Stacey Augman, the Atlanta Hawks. He'll get to replace that one. 44.7 on his first dunk.
Well, Dominic told him to go for it, and he really had, because he missed the first one the first time out, and he had to be a little more conservative when he did his windmill.
Oh, and he missed it. Now, you can get some points even if you miss. You get as high as 8 points. So that would be a maximum of 40 points for Augmon, which would, if he got the maximum from each judge of 8 points, that'd be only 88.7 total because of the miss.
He did everything right except get it in the basket.
Yes.
He just misjudged his takeoff, and he hit the back of the rim.
Only 34 points, and that'll almost certainly eliminate Hawks rookie Stacey Augmon.
Well, you know what happened is he came at the wrong angle, though. For him to be left-handed, he came too close to the middle of the basket. He should have been a little further away on the right side before he can come to his left hand, and he had all the basket. If you look at that dunk again, he came a little too close inside.
Magic, I think we got some more power coming here with Big Sean Kemp. He looks like he's winding up.
Sean is ready. He is ready. Come on, Sean. Hey, that's going to be some power. If he gets it, it's going to be some power.
Now, I wonder if that counts as a miss. I don't know if that was an attempt or not.
No rim, no rim.
Oh! Didn't have time to get back up there, and that's a miss.
You know, this is, now this is Sean's, what, third year?
But they counted that first one as a miss, Magic.
That's
So
right.
so that was a miss.
Wow.
He left the feet. When he left his feet, they missed it as.
Oh, okay. I thought it only if you hit that.
You know what? He missed on his first dunk.
Right,
So you're only
okay.
allowed one miss on the first round. So that's what happened.
You know, it seems like the years before with Sean Kemp, he seemed like he knew what he was going to do. He knew that his different selections, process 1 through whatever 5. But this year, it seems like he's out of sync.
Very,
He's not the same Sean
he
Kemp.
seems jumpy and nervous, Magic. He never really gave it much thought. He just went right into his dunk.
Well, that's been his problem every year because that's D. Brown beat him because of that, and Dominique and the rest of them beat him because of the same thing.
Magic, this is my guy right here, Doug West. I still think he's going to come up with something. I think he's got some stuff in the bag.
Well, we thought he was underscored in that first when he cradled it and switched hands and brought it home.
Big dunk high above the rim. He's the only, Doug West, the only competitor not to miss so far tonight. So let's see what he gets on this one on his second dunk. Remember, the best total so far right now is from Larry Johnson at 91.7, Augmon at 79.5, and Kemp 81.4.
You know, that's a beautiful dunk, but I don't know if he's going to get much points. Look how extended and all he is. But I don't know what kind of score he will get for that.
I'll bet Julius Erving appreciates it.
Yeah, but they want you to take off behind the line. You know, they've seen too many guys take off from back there. You break the line, they think you're cheating.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
39.8 on that dunk.
Very low score.
D. Brown, last year being your first time, and a lot of these guys, it's their first time too. How nervous were you?
I was very nervous until I hit my first dunk. I think getting those jitters out, you know, watching the guys. I happened to be the 7th contestant, so I had a chance to watch everybody and fill out what the crowd wanted and what the judges wanted. So I think that made it a lot easier for me.
All right, I want to ask you one more question too after this dunk by John Starks. Oh yeah.
John Starks off the bounce, the reverse jam.
Oh yeah, that was beautiful because he got up high and he threw it down hard. I tell you, Hubie got a nice guy there with John. Beautiful dunk.
I'm like you, Magic. There's very few guys in this league, especially guards, who attack the basket like he does, and like you said, go over the top of the defensive people.
Ooh, right there.
Look at that.
You know he had to do that standing still on 2 feet. Now watch this. He didn't run. He had to stop with 2 feet right here, set himself, and boom. Oh yeah, I love it. Steve, I wanted to ask you, did you set up your dunks last year, like 1 through 4 or 5? You knew what you wanted to do beforehand or no?
I didn't. What happened was I just watched everybody to kind of see how everything was reacting. I knew I had 10 dunks that I can do, but I didn't have them in order. The last no-look dunk, I had no idea I was going to do that one, so.
Oh, Nick. Sorry to cut you off there.
Nick Anderson with his jam. Johnson, 91.7, and Starks at 89.6 are the top two at this point. Let's see what the judges do with that one. Magic, gentlemen, what do you think about that?
Well, I thought it was a good dunk, but I didn't think it was good enough for him being a hometown guy.
You know, Magic, when he hit the rim, it took the power off the dunk. You know, it didn't go through cleanly, and so it wasn't a powerful dunk.
And I think for him being at home, he should come up with something different than that.
You know, Magic...
He's going to get a crowd into it anyway.
You know, you find out, though, I think in practice, guys are loosey-goosey, and they'll try things. Then you get all this crowd, and you don't want to get embarrassed, and you get conservative, and it really costs you.
Yeah, big time, too. Especially because you got guys who used to dunking that's judging. Bobby Jones and Dr. J and Roundfield, they're used to dunking, so they want to see some real creativity.
You're listening to the voice of Magic Johnson, Isaiah Thomas, Dee Brown, who's joined Hubie Brown, Doug Collins, and myself here for the Slam Dunk Championship. We're in the first round. This is the final of the 7 competitors in the first round of the Slam Dunk All-Star Saturday night from Orlando on TNT. Sabalos with a baseline reverse jam.
What do you think, Isaiah?
I think what we're seeing here tonight is a lack of creativity. I think in the past you've had players like Dominique, Michael, Clyde Drexler, guys, Dee Brown, guys who had a lot of creativity, guys who had a lot of imagination. I think what you're seeing here tonight, you're seeing a lot of duplicated dunks, a lot of replicated dunks that have been done in the past. I think the fans are a little bored with it, and so are the judges. They want to see some creativity. They want to see guys take chances and take risks.
Exactly. Boy, you said that well, guys.
You can come across here and get on the regular table after this round. All right, we got Cedric Sabalos advancing into the Final Four. So it's Johnson, Starks, Anderson, and Sabalos advancing to the semifinals. Johnson, Starks, Anderson, and Cedric Sabalos.
You can fly, 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 you can fly.
Starks, Nick Anderson, and Cedric Sabalos, and surprising everyone, the failure of Sean Kemp to advance to the semifinals. Craig Sager?
Well, Bob, you're right. We are going to have a surprise winner because Sean Kemp is not advancing. What happened?
Just tight. You know, it's hard to get warmed up in the little 5-minute period they give us there in warm-ups. But I think you can tell the guys look a little tight. It's hard for us to jump right now because we haven't played any ball in the last 2 or 3 days. So I think it's just a combination of, you know, not getting yourself pumped up or being tight and just being a little bit over-relaxed.
Who's your pick to win it?
Well, right now I'm going to pick Cedric Sabalos to win it. I think Cedric's doing some stuff right now with the ball that, you know, nobody's doing. He's turning a little bit with the 360 and different things.
Okay. Bob?
Thank you, Craig Sager. Now, remember, in the rounds first and second rounds, each competitor gets 2 dunks. They can replace 1 dunk only. Once they miss and have to replace it, then they don't get one on the second one. The order of competition: Nick Anderson, Sabalos, Johnson, and Starks. Anderson.
That was it right there.
That is Nick Anderson's first miss this round.
He'll be able to replace that. But Magic, I hear you fellas talking about. You're talking about that's more like it.
Yeah, that's it right there. Right now in this round, I think Dee could tell you probably have to take more chances.
Yeah, you do, because that's it.
Oh, yeah.
360 from Anderson. Nick Anderson, the local favorite.
He brought that one from the middle of the backboard when he caught it. He brought that one back hard.
Remember, the scores from the first round don't advance. So everything starts fresh here in the second round.
Oh, yeah.
46 on that, and Hubie Brown had the point, Magic, that he brought that one back really hard, which may have helped him in his scoring.
Oh, yeah. And you know, that the slam cam showed that beautifully. I mean, the slam cam is everything now. I tell you, TNT got the slam cam. That showed the fans a different side of dunking. Especially when you slow-mo it, too. I only wish I could dunk, Isaiah. You. Huh?
You. As much as I get to the pump, if I could dunk it.
You fellas elevated the game so much we had to change the technology.
You definitely changed it.
Cedric Ceballos, the second competitor in the semifinals.
You know, the bounce game hasn't been working.
No.
I don't know why everybody keeps going back to that. It hasn't been working tonight.
Been getting some untrue bounces. Ceballos, good bounce.
Oh, yes. He still got it. A short bounce, and he still got it. I'm surprised. Great move. Great.
Cedric Ceballos, who you heard Sean Kemp picked as his dark horse favorite here in the semifinals.
I tell you, he catches this under, and the whirlwind is quick.
Ooh, that's big. Ooh. A little bit reminiscent of Skywalker a few years ago.
Yes, but with less power.
Yes.
Skywalker was up in that rim and dunking it so hard that the ball came back up through the net. Remember that? Oh, the slam cam. Beautiful.
You're right, Magic. That's the picture.
Yeah.
45.7. These judges are tough here tonight. Let's see if it'll raise the level of competition. Now Larry Johnson. He's a power dunker.
See, nobody's talked about Larry Johnson tonight. I mean, this guy had the best score in the first round because he's done everything with power and quickness.
They love it over here.
Larry Johnson.
But the thing about Larry, the problem with Larry is that he's so quick. See, he does the dunk so quick that you don't get to really appreciate what he's doing. I watch him. He comes on the right side, gets up with power, goes on the other side. Bam! Oh, that's beautiful. That's beautiful grace for a big man. They haven't seen a big man with that much grace and that much quickness in this league in a long time.
And that's the highest score of the night, 48.6 for Larry Johnson. So these judges were able to see through the quickness.
Yes, and the power.
So Larry Johnson, the front runner at this point, and now here comes John Starks, the fourth of the semifinalists to compete here. 2 dunks in this semifinal round. You can replace 1 dunk if you miss.
You know what I haven't seen much of is the 1-foot takeoff shake, and that everything's a 2-foot takeoff. Even Starks is another 2-foot takeoff.
Oh, that's big. Again, he went to the bounce. I wonder if the judges will deduct anything because they've seen that dunk so often tonight.
Yeah. And the problem is, you don't have gliders here. There's nobody that can glide and do that dunk that you want.
But you think about the great dunkers. I mean, other than Dominique, who was a 2-foot dunker, you had Larry Nance, who took off on 1. You had Michael Jordan. You had Dr. J, the guys that could take up so much space in the air. And you're not seeing that. Everything is a bounce, 2-foot stop. And I'd like to see some 1-foot takeoff, a little creativity.
43.1 for John Starks.
The 2 guys that I thought was going to do that didn't do it, and that was Stacey Augman, who I thought was a glider, power dunker, as well as Sean Kemp, and he didn't do it either. And that's what the crowd come to see.
Well, after the first dunk, they get 2 in this round here, the semifinals. It's Johnson.
We'll bring it back out and dunk it.
Uh-oh. If you do that, I'm leaving, D.
Dick Anderson.
Oh!
With the blindfold over the eye, D. Brown started a trend last year. D, what did D think about that, Magic?
D, what do you think?
He did too quick.
He did too quick?
He did too quick. He should have ball around it. I thought it was a nice step to being creative. It's something different. Ain't nobody saw this one, so I thought it was a pretty good dunk.
Isaiah?
I think these guys are doing pretty good dunks, but they don't have the same type of emotion, the same type of energy that they need to bring to the dunk, the type of style, the type of finesse, the type of play with the crowd. They'll do the dunk. See, he should have hung on the rim, swung on it, did the monkey bar swing, you know. And that gets the fans into it. They need a little more style, a little more emotion.
Much like D. Brown did with pumping the shoes up.
Yeah. You need some theatrics in it.
Right, play to the crowd. We all are entertainers in our own way, and they need to entertain the crowd before you get started. I thought that's why D won. I mean, he just had us going crazy with all the little side things that he did. All right, we got Cedric up here.
Cedric Ceballos had 45.7 on his first dunk. Anderson, by the way, with a total of 89.8 here in the second round. Now, this is an interesting approach angle.
Well, Cedric's an L.A. boy, and that's why he looks...
From behind the baseline.
And great timing. Now that's the good. Great timing. That's a timing dunk right there. That's hard to do. That's hard to do, and he comes and smacks us 5. That was a great dunk. I don't know if he's going to get the score for it, but that was great. Check out.
He should get the score because he's creative. This is a dunk that's never been done in the NBA.
Right.
So the judges are looking for creativity, and this is the most creative thing that's happened here tonight.
Bounced it high, came out of bounds, dunked it high. Oh, that's beautiful.
And not a real high score.
Look at my tongue going crazy. We got all the celebrities in the back going crazy, hammer pointing. We got everybody here on TNT. Shoot, Hubie, we got everybody.
Cedric Ceballos with semifinal score of 90.4.
Here's the man. Here's the man that everybody is now, I think, their favorite right now because he's dunking with power. And I like him because he's always thinking about what he wants to do. Here it comes. Yeah! Whoa! Yeah! Yo, grandmama! Yeah! You got some glide, and you got some power. Yeah. The big fella.
That's going to be hard to beat.
Yes, it is.
Did you see how quickly that ball went through the basket? It was boom. I mean, with power and quick.
Oh, man.
Watch how quickly.
About grandmama. Yeah,
watch how quickly he throws his string.
How can a big man like that turn his body all the way back around as a starting one way and then still jamming? A man his size.
He had a little air in there. That was like a 360 Michael Jordan lean.
Yes, lean in. And if you get in my way, I'm going to break your hand off.
Now, John Starks needs 47.4 on this dunk to beat Ceballos and Anderson and advance to the semifinals and join Larry Johnson. So 47.4 is the number to beat for John Starks.
Yep, the little man can do it.
Little man.
Even if he hadn't made it, it wouldn't have been.
It wasn't enough.
It wouldn't have been enough. Yeah.
He will get to replace it.
Oh, okay.
Off the floor, then the backboard, and the reverse jam for John Starks. Let's see if it'll get in 47.4 from the judges. Gentlemen, what do you think?
The crowd always likes the little man. And for a little man to do that, bounce off the floor, jump off 2 feet, reverse dunk, they loved it. Here it is on the replay. 2 feet, come. Oh, he cocked his legs wide open. That was beautiful.
But Magic, you know, these judges also remember when Kenny Smith stood with his back to the basket, bounced it between his leg, off the backboard, turned and caught it. I mean, they've seen all these kind of things, so that's why the judging is a little bit low, I think.
So Starks gets 44.8.
And that's what we're missing. We're missing a Kenny Smith. And last year you had Rex Chapman, a few guys who brought something new and fresh, but wasn't scared to take a chance. These guys, until this round, were scared to take chances.
Well, you know, when you look at the competitors, there's 3 guards, 4 forwards, and really no center, so you'd expect guys to be doing more things on the run and being a little more creative because their ball handling ability.
The Slam Dunk Championships will be dunked off between Larry Johnson and Cedric Ceballos. And Goodyear tires for the overhead shots of the arena and the Orlando area tonight. Thanks for those great pictures of Central Florida and All-Star Weekend 1992. Ready for the finals now in the Slam Dunk Championship of All-Star Weekend. And here's how the semifinalists finished. Larry Johnson and Cedric Ceballos advanced. Nick Anderson third and John Starks was fourth. Now the 2 competitors tossed a coin, and the winner was Larry Johnson, as you watch a replay of it here. And Larry Johnson elected to go second. thus giving Cedric Ceballos the opportunity to go first. And gentlemen across the floor, Magic, D, Isaiah, what do you think about the strategy of going first here? Any significance to it?
The strategy is good because you've seen in the three-point shooting contest, that kind of hurt, I thought, less because the pressure was on him to have to beat Hodges, and sometimes they're playing in favor. And so I think Larry did a good job of going second because now he can see what kind of crowd response that Cedric gets and what kind of score he gets.
Ceballos from behind his back, not much on that one. What do you think? You agree?
Oh, boy. You know, I guess what's happening here is you're used to guys hanging in the air so long and just saying, okay, I'm going to make up my mind. I'm going to glide for like 5 or 10 seconds. I'm going to make up my mind what I want to do. By the time I get to the hoop, I'll be done suck it up so many times, then I'm going to dunk it. We just don't have that. That's why the crowd is quiet.
And only 43.3 points. Now in the finals, there are 3 dunks for each competitor, remember.
Well, he's going to have to do something else. They just got to do something else. I've been here, what, 12 years now, and this is the quietest I've ever heard a crowd for the slam dunk, ever.
You may have a point. Maybe we have to put defense into the slam dunk, Magic.
Yeah. Hey, John Starks would have won if we had defense against under the basket.
Larry Johnson. Misses. He'll get a chance to replace it.
Another bounce. I got to keep buying the bounce. They're not going to keep buying that.
Yeah. It's hard to keep bouncing it. It's hard to keep bouncing it. They want something else, yeah. That's a good point, Isaiah.
So Larry Johnson misses here. Now remember, here's the rules in the finals. You're allowed 3 dunks, and the top 2 scores count. So even though Larry Johnson did not do well on that one, he will be able to go with his other 2 scores to count on the total. Possibly that'll help him out, but it does apply a great deal of pressure.
Isaiah, he's had the crowd in his hands the last 2 dunks, Larry Johnson. Why would he now go to the ball when it hasn't been working all night, and when he's overwhelmed the crowd with the power dunk?
I don't know. I think what happened is a lot of these guys came into the dunk competition and they didn't have a game plan. D. Brown sat here and he said he had 10 dunks that he knew he could do. And I think some of these guys are just making it up as they go along.
Larry Johnson struggling here. I agree with you, Magic, having trouble getting a grip on that ball.
I don't understand this at all. You stay away from this. You come in and you try to tear the rim down again, that's going to get you the score. That's going to get this crowd going crazy. You know, this bouncing thing haven't got anybody a high score all night. Maybe 40, 41, 42, but that's been the extent of it.
Well, it's not creative. As I said, the bounce lob has been done since Bud won it in Dallas.
Right.
And you got some tough judges over there, and they're looking for creativity. They're looking for things that they couldn't do.
Right. And you know what? Another thing with that, D, is if a little man bounce it and go get it, it's exciting.
Yeah, but then you got to jump up a lot higher to go get it.
Right.
It's like he's in the air for 5 or 6 seconds. He can kick his legs and turn around. That's what I try to do. Every time I bounce, I move my body some way, the arm, the leg. It looked like I was up there a little longer than I was.
And you was up there longer.
See, that's called style points.
And style points are part of the consideration from the judges. Now, Cedric Ceballos, you saw that it was only 33.5 points on that first dunk that was counted for Larry Johnson. So Ceballos in the driver's seat here and a good opportunity. Remember, 3 dunks as Ceballos talked to Charles Barkley over there and Hammer, who's sitting in the celebrity, very expensive celebrity seats. Ceballos.
Oh, okay.
Yes, sir.
Nice. Up under, other side. Then he threw it down with some force. Beautiful, beautiful dunk.
Sean Kemp had picked Ceballos as his dark horse favorite going into the semifinals.
Dunkers know about dunkers. It's just like Doug Collins know about shooters. Coach Hubie Brown know about coaches. You know about announcers. So these guys know each other so well. They're friends. And oh, beautiful. I love that slow-mo slam cam. Isn't that the most beautiful thing that ever was made in basketball?
Going on.
Yes, they do. It's only going on TNT.
Ceballos 47.2 on that dunk. Remember, 3 dunks in the final round, and they get to throw out the lowest score here. So Larry Johnson still alive, even though he had only 33.5 on that first dunk. Johnson has a look in his eye as he came over here in front of our table. Let's see if that converts into some points here. From midcourt.
Oh, man, that's the one he should have tried before.
And the miss. Remember, he won't get to replace that one.
With Michael and Dominic and Clyde, they tried those dunks. They would play to the crowd. They would make them wait for about 15 seconds, build up, get the anticipation. And then when they finish the dunk, they would hang on the rim and, just more style. Right now, these guys are just coming in with a simple dunk, and the fans aren't buying it because they're used to seeing better.
Well, they're not buying it, and they're leaving on top of it.
Only 32.5 for that Larry Johnson.
Well, we'll make sure this don't happen tomorrow.
It will definitely not happen tomorrow. We're going to run this ball up so much, up and down this basketball court. And you know what I like about this place? I love it because it's conducive for all the events that's happening. It's conducive for basketball. All right. This is called Hocus Pocus. Hocus Pocus. All right. Cedric Ceballos just told me this is called Hocus Pocus.
The Hocus Pocus dump. As we look on the screen there, Magic, you add those up. Remember, 2 of these 3 will count. Ceballos really has clinched the championship.
Oh, yeah,
no matter what could happen, Ceballos has clinched it. So this is simply for entertainment value. Ceballos is our
slam dunk contest this year.
Quiet champion here with Larry Johnson missing on his first 2.
Well,
but Ceballos offering a little bit of style here. He can do anything he wants here. He's already won the championship. Let's see what he decides to do.
Well,
he's going to bring out a blindfold? Hold it.
He got Dan Marley, the blindfolded, his teammate, who's also playing in the All-Star game tomorrow.
Now we got some creativity here now.
We got some drama. We waited this long to get some drama.
People are coming back in. They're coming back in the building. They're returning.
What fans on the team? What do you think, D?
Nice dunk, it's a blind dunk, but he got his different type of variations to it.
Well, I hope he can see how it is because I hope he don't hit that rim head first.
I'm not believing this. Blind. Here comes Ceballos. Yes!
He said that was for me. I'll take it. Oh, the new slam dunk king.
Cedric Ceballos dedicating that brilliant dunk that finally got the crowd aroused to Magic Johnson. And on that dunk, Magic, a perfect score of 50 for Cedric Ceballos, the only one tonight.
Hey, finally we got something that just got everybody aroused, everybody's anticipation up. Here it comes. It seemed like he was counting the steps up hard.
You know, Magic, the interesting thing about it was we didn't get anything like this until he had the competition won. This was the first risky dunk, and it was done after he had it won.
Exactly. Boy, the timing was beautiful. Oh, the super slow-mo. I love it. Here he comes.
The Phantom of the Opera.
Off the wrong foot, by the way, off the wrong foot and slam it in. Gentlemen, what do you think?
Hocus Pocus.
Oh, there go Olden Polynese. Who's next here to congratulate? Oh, he's coming at me. Indeed. It's for you, Magic. Yes, thank you. This is wonderful.
Moving moment. Cedric Ceballos with a perfect 50 on that final dunk. The dominating winner of the slam dunk competition, Cedric Ceballos. Championship of 1992. Not a spectacular competition, to be blunt, but Cedric did bring the crowd back in and on their feet with his blindfold dunk to win the championship. The second Phoenix Sun to win. Back when Larry Nance won it several years ago, he was with Phoenix, and Craig Sager's with Cedric right now.
Well, thank you, Bud. Creativity, originality, style, it all belonged to Cedric Ceballos tonight. Tell us about your dunks.
Well, I've been practicing for about a month now. I've been psyched up. It's a dream come true. I've been watching dunkers in the dunk contest for a long time, and I wanted to get a chance to be in it, and I didn't really expect to win it. Unfortunately, some people started missing dunks, and I was making mine, and the crowd liked it. I just thank my teammates, my family, my mom at home. She's watching this, my brother. You know, it's one of those things you just can't believe.
Phoenix is fighting for first place in the Pacific Division. Cotton Fitzsimmons actually lets you practice these dunks?
Yeah, he does. He thinks I'm a great dunker. I mean, I probably don't play as much because of the all-stars we have on our team, but he knows that I can dunk well, and he was more than happy to have me in this contest.
All right, we mentioned the creativity, the style, the originality, but the last one was a gorilla dunk, because I see you borrowed that from the Phoenix Sun Gorilla.
Yeah, I did, but the idea came, it's called Hocus Pocus, and the idea came from Magic. We was playing the Lakers, and Magic was shooting around with me, and he was shooting some shots, just holding his eyes, and I was like, blindfolded, maybe that's a good idea to try. You know, me and Magic was goofing around with that, and it came out right.
Can you see out of that blindfold?
No, you can't. You can't. That's why I had to count my steps off. It's kind of hard. I didn't think I was going to make it. I thought I took off too far.
Fantastic job.
Thanks.
Back to you, Bob.
Only at Disney World would you see that one. So Cedric Ceballos, our slam dunk champion. Doug and Hubie and I will be back in just a moment for final comments from All-Star Saturday Night 1992.
Transportation provided by Dollar Rent-A-Car. Right on the airport, right on the money. Dollar Rent-A-Car. For worldwide reservations, call 1-800-800-4000. NBA All-Stars Saturday Night has been brought to you by Bud Light. Everything else is just a light. And by Ford and your local Ford dealer. Have you driven a Ford lately?
From Orlando, Florida, that wraps it up for All-Star Saturday Night 1992. The East, Craig Hodges and Cedric Ceballos were the winners here tonight. Some exciting competition, some interesting performances tonight, going all the way back to the Legends game, which started just shortly after 7 o'clock. George Gervin was the man. The East won 46-38. George Gervin, 24 points, 11 rebounds. And despite Doug Collins' 8 points for the West, the East gets the win, 46-38. Doug did hit 2 triples, one of them from about 25 feet, way out of his range. At least that's what I thought. And in the shootout, Craig Hodges won over Jim Less in the American Airlines ITT Sheraton shootout. In a real thriller, Hodges wins at 16-15 as Jim Less missed the 2-point ball on his final shot, and Craig Hodges becomes the first 3-time winner in the shootout. Craig Hodges, Jim Less, Mitch Richmond, and Drazen Petrovic. And in the slam dunk, the winner was this one. It's called Hocus Pocus. Cedric Ceballos swore to us that he could not see, counted his steps, dedicated this to Magic Johnson, and then slammed it home and wins the championship. Here's the standings for the Slam Dunk Championship. All 7 competitors. Ceballos, Johnson, who performed very well in the semifinals, but came apart in the championship round. Nick Anderson, the local favorite, was 3rd. Doug West, Sean Kemp, and Stacy Augman finished. So I'd just like to hear from Doug and Hubie your comments. First of all, on the Legends game, the shootout, and then the slam dunk.
Well, you know, the Legends game was fun. I was very sorry to see David Thompson and Norm Nixon get knee injuries. Hopefully they'll bounce back from those, not be too serious. George Gervin was great, and we know he can score, and he looks like he's just continuing to go on from where he was before. And you know, I thought the 3-point shooting was exciting, and the slam dunk competition, I think they're going to have to take a long look at it, because you know, it is sort of sliding into oblivion here with the excitement. We had people leaving in the finals, so I think they're going to have to take a look at what they want to get accomplished. Guys, I thought, got very conservative for fear of failure rather than really going for it to make something happen.
Right to that point, Hubie, what about the slam dunk competition?
I think it's really lost a lot of its luster. Last year, D. Brown brought it back, and it was because, like Magic said, he had showmanship. He did an awful lot of things leading up to his dunks, and then he had the gyrations to get it over. But the big thing is, let's just hope that Norm Nixon and David Thompson have a very speedy recovery. That was a major negative for the evening.
And we understand from the NBA that both of those men are undergoing surgery on those knees tonight in the hospital. So our best wishes go to David Thompson and to Norm Nixon. So on behalf of our entire TNT Sports crew, this is Bob Neal saying thank you very much for joining us tonight at All-Star Weekend. Be sure to tune in to TNT beginning Monday afternoon at 1 for coverage of the 1992 Winter Olympics from Albertville, France. Join host Fred Hickman and Nick Charles for weekday coverage of the Olympics only on TNT. For the rest of the crew, I'm Bob Neal saying good night from Orlando.